Hello everybody, and welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. It's been a little bit. I took a couple weeks off to grind on God of War Ragnarok. It's a game that I've been playing for a while. I grew up watching my brother play it, and just been playing, you know, having a good time. But shout out to my friend Mason out there. He reminded me. It's like, hey bro, you were in the middle of that playthrough. I'm like, oh crap, yeah, I kind of forgot about it. So. Yeah, I really appreciate you reminding me of that, Mason. But real quick, guys, I wanted to talk to you about something. I was sitting in the living room earlier today, and I'm like, okay, what do I want to talk about in today's episode? And I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I saw this short, like 10-second clip, but it hit me hard. And it was just a scene from Friends when Ross, Chandler, and Joey are all dancing, you know, because the monkey that Ross had was playing a song, and the caption is said going into 2026 with the same friends, with the same friend group, you know. And I'm like, friendship. That's something that people have probably really confused today, because I have sat here before and have had friends come and go. I actually lost a friend recently. I had a falling out with him. He's not dead, don't worry. But I had a falling out with him recently, and it got me thinking. What is friendship? And we're going to be getting into that today. So without further ado, let's do what to do. Alright, back in the ACC. Okay, sweet. Let's go ahead and collect our stuff here. Customize, development. Let's do a couple side ops. Okay, what do we got here? Primary. Secondaries. What do we got? Let's stick with the trank rounds. Okay. Commence mission. Let's go in the morning. Okay, so friendship, okay? It can be a very powerful thing, but what is friendship? Okay, because let's think about this for a second. Your friends are the guys or girls that you people out there might go to for help in times of need. You go to them more than your family most times, or sometimes your family is your friends, and that's completely okay. But here's the thing, though, okay? Something that people don't really pay attention to much is what a true friend really is, because they're so hard to find. Okay, true friends are extremely difficult to find, but what does a true friend look like? So let's think about that for a minute, okay? When we get on the ground, there's less noise, then I'll get back into it. Beautiful morning for an infiltration.
Be careful down there, boss.
Okay, so Proverbs 17:17 says, "A friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in times of need." So, a friend is always loyal, right? So, a friend would be loyal. He'd always be there, right? He wouldn't go behind your back and do all kinds of stupid stuff. But let's take that even deeper, okay? So, if a friend is always loyal, then he wouldn't go behind your back and start talking about you in a bad way, would he? Or she? No, he wouldn't, right? So, let me ask you something. Why is there so much drama in today's friendships? It doesn't make sense to me. If a friend is always supposed to be loyal, and he's not supposed to talk bad about you, then why are they your friend? That's not exactly a good friend thing to do, right? And just know one thing, if you guys are like getting a little uncomfortable by me saying that, that is okay, alright? Like, it's not one of those issues where it's like, oh, I'm hating on you guys, I'm just pointing out some things, okay? Like, I'm I'm not trying to shame anybody here for doing this kind of thing, because if I'm being honest, I've done it before in my past too. I try not to do it anymore. But yeah, okay. So, there's that. But yeah, a friend's always loyal, and a brother is born to help in times of need. So, your brother is supposed to help you, right, in times of need. But I don't think the Bible is just talking about your brother, like your biological brother, if you have one. Which, if you had a brother and they're no longer with us, then I'm sorry for your loss. But here's the thing, okay? I think the Bible also means brothers in spirit. Like, hey, when Charlie is going through a loss, like his family member died, or you know he just got out of a bad breakup or something like that, you're supposed to be there for him. Something's not right. It's too quiet. I'm not buying it. There's gotta be somebody around here somewhere.
The security forces must know something about the targets. After you grab or hold up an enemy, try interrogating them.
Alright, we're going to the city now. Watch your corners. Well, hello there, buddy. Another one out there, too. Ah, crap. Okay, he went around the corner. If memory serves, and there should be another guy around one of these corners. That was a weird camera angle, but okay. There you are, buddy. Alright, how do we want to do this? It's broad daylight. We don't want these guys to see us, so we're gonna have to do it when somebody's back is turned. Or we could lure him over here. Yeah, let's lure him. No. Can't extract that thing. Come with me, dude. We're gonna have a little chat. Oh, wow.
That material. It could be just what we need to develop new weapons and equipment.
Well, that wasn't hard to find. Okay. I never did these blueprint things much, guys. what do we got in here?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Alright. What else we got? No. Oh, up there, okay. The Yaka Obu supply outpost. Do we have any cardboard boxes? Yes, we do. So I'm gonna show you guys a little cool mechanic in this game. Hi there. There's bound to be more guards on this road somewhere. Oh man! Just have the Shago Kalea one. Well, there is a truck that passes through here every so often. I don't feel like waiting for the truck, so let's just... You know what? Let's just make our way there. Let me put my phone up here. Probably not a good idea to be standing out here in the middle of the open, but... Oh, crap. No! That'll work. Okay, so... It sounds like I need a friend, right? Well, not exactly. With your friends being loyal and everything, it sounds like I need a friend, right? Not always, sadly. Sadly, we live in a very selfish world, guys. People tend to look out for themselves more than they look out for others. That's been my experience, anyways. In the worst case, it can cause some friends to start drama and they'll be toxic. Okay, like you guys don't exactly want a friend who's toxic all the time, right? Right. So it's also a verse for this kind of thing. Okay, there are quote friends who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother. That's Proverbs 18:24. Closer than a brother. This looks like a. Okay, so I need to slow down, man. Jeez. So did you catch that part? A real friend sticks closer than a brother. So what do they mean by that, okay? Closer than a brother looks like a friend who is not afraid of your flaws, okay? Like, I've got a friend of mine who... I kid you not, I'm not afraid to tell him my mistakes. Am I saying it's comfortable? No, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to tell him, it's like, yo, I've got a problem. But why would you tell your friends your problems? Well, we're not perfect, we're human, okay? We need each other. You guys ever notice how like people who live in isolation all the time they tend to go nuts? The actor for the Joker, okay? I forgot what his name was. You know what? I'll just put it up on the screen. Right here. He isolated himself for months on end, and he went crazy because of it. And he sadly is no longer with us. He offed himself. So yeah, he's sadly no longer with us because he didn't have anybody to talk to. Am I saying that he had problems? Yeah, I probably did. But like, we can't just isolate. Hello. We can't just isolate ourselves, guys. It doesn't work for us humans. It's not good for us. This is probably gonna get me killed. Yeet! Nope. Get the reload. Anyway. Okay, we're not perfect, we're just human, okay? There's a big lie going around that, where people say, oh, you're perfect just the way you are and stuff. Not entirely true, okay? Yes, you are made in God's image, and God is perfect, okay? But you as a person, you are not perfect. I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you this. But you're not, okay? What you are, though, is that you are beautifully and wonderfully made, alright? You're made in God's image. So you are not ugly, okay? I will tell you that one. A real friend will see your flaws, and no matter what, will help you through it or help fix it. And but here's the thing: they won't force you to do it, okay? There's a big difference between a real friend and a person who just wants to fix you, okay? A real friend won't force you to grow, okay? It doesn't work like that, okay? They might kick you in the butt a little bit and be like, yo, dude, you need to solve this. But they won't force you to do it, okay? My friend Ian was helping me through a problem a while back. He still helps me through it today because I still struggle with it. But he helped me through some issues that I was having a while back, and he told me a few times where he's like, bro, when are you going to get serious about this kind of thing? And I'm going to be honest, I didn't like the way he was talking to me at first. Not to mention I'm older than him. But, once I finally realized where he was coming from and I calmed down and started seeing things from a logical standpoint, I was like, yeah, he's right. He never forced me to do it, though. He was waiting for me to say, like, all right, man, yeah, I'll accept your help. And that's when he actually started to help me. But here's the thing, he was also gentle about it, okay? He wasn't like, okay, you need to start cutting this, that, and the other out of your lives. He's like, hey, dude, you should probably start doing this, you know? Yeah, I had to cut some things out of my life in order to finally start growing a bit more. Whoa, why did we get the... Oh, that's why. Okay. Alright, what we got down there? Yeah, they won't force you to do it. You have to accept their help. If you have those problems, well, that's if you have their problem. If you have those problems, same goes if your friend has problems. Okay, you can't force them to do it. You have to have them accept your help. offer it to them and let them think about it, or you know, if they're like, no, I just want to be done with this, then you know, help them through it. All right, we gotta do this fast. Oh shoot. Alright, sweet. I just gotta wait for that storm to pass and we'll extract these guys. So yeah, my point is there, don't force your friends into help or anything like that, okay? That's not gonna do anything. That's not gonna help them, it's just gonna make it worse. Oh!
I'm sorry, boss, but the extraction failed. The support unit just isn't skilled enough. If you want to increase the success rate of Fulton extractions in bad weather, you need to improve the support unit.
Well, my bad.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Anyway. And when it comes down, but here's the thing though, okay? This is when you really find out who your friends are, okay? When it comes down to the worst of the worst, like you're at your lowest point, okay? Where you're like, my gosh, man, my life is falling apart, you know, all kinds of crap. Everything I've done has failed. Yeah, I knew these guys were up there. Okay, we got a sniper. But yeah, so, say you get in a bad car accident and you're severely injured, okay? And you get sent to the hospital. Heaven forbid that's what happens. I'm thinking about just taking this dude's head off. Anyway, nah, I'm not gonna do that. But what I will do is I will stay low because it is daylight and this guy has a sniper rifle and I don't want to get my head taken off. Anyway. Yeah. So you get in a bad car accident, or like you just got out of an abusive relationship, or like your family turned their back on you when you needed them most or something like that. Like, who's really there for you, okay? That's what you find out when the bad things in life happen, and they will happen at some point. Or those exact things, I don't know. It just depends. But when stuff goes down, and it's bad, that's when you find out who your friends are, okay? And how do you find that out? Take that car accident, for example. Who comes to visit you when you're in the hospital and you're like badly injured, okay? Or
Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
all right, how are we gonna do this? Anyway, so there's that, okay? But who's willing to sacrifice everything they have for you, okay? That's when you find out who your true friends really are. If you've got that one friend that cares more about you than themselves... Move! Oh! Get up, Snake. I'm coming for y'all. Alright, we took a hit there. I want him alive. Hurry, Snake, hurry!
If he's on the brink of death, it's hard to say whether he'll survive a Fulton extraction. If you have to extract someone who's on the verge of death, you better use the chopper. But if you're gonna carry them, put them to sleep first. You won't get far if you have to fight them every step.
Alright, they're not going anywhere. Move! Okay, that was ugly.
Roger.
Let me get my horse out here. Gosh, I'm bloody. Go back to sleep. Couple with me, buddy. Sorry to put a couple rounds in you, but that's how it goes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
This is B-Quad.
I'm sorry, that's just funny. Plus it's money for us.
This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
Yeah.
We are going the wrong way.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We already captured this outpost, we don't have to worry about them.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We're coming, P-Quad, just hang in there, buddy.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right.
He's coming too. Roger that.
All right, so yeah. Like I was saying, if you get into that really rough spot, who's willing to sacrifice everything they have for you, and are you willing to do the same for them when they get in a bad incident?
Depart party.
John 15:13 says there is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. So let that sit for you for a minute, okay? Who are your real friends in life? It's easy to ask them. It's like, bro, if something really bad happened to me and I was like at one of my worst spots, would you be there for me? I bet you 99% of them would say yes. But who is really there? That'd be my question. I guess you just have to wait and find out. And if you guys do have those friends who actually were there for you, I'd thank them. Because they didn't have to be there. But they were. The boss is back. Oh, doggo.
Pete, stop. Snake. Sorry. Been away for a while, Bob.
Don't be such a stranger. That's a bad example for the men. He gets lonely too. Dee Dee, come.
What's up, pal? Don't ask why I do that. It's just funny. Oh, man. Not what I meant to do, but it's still funny nonetheless. Hey, buddy.
Boss.
Sweet.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Ah, beautiful morning. Wait, what time is it? Oh. Well, it's afternoon again, but
B-Quad. On station at LZ.
get on down here, Pequod. Alright, so yeah. Let that sit for you for a minute, okay? Let that sit with you. And if you're feeling convicted, which often feels uncomfortable, know this, it's okay. It is okay to feel convicted, okay? There is no shame in it. You don't have to beat yourself up and be like, man, I haven't been there for my friend, you know? Don't do that. But if you be willing to become better, then start small. Do something nice for someone. And yes, it'll be uncomfortable, but comfort isn't where growth is found. Uncomfortable is where growth takes place. I learned that too when I was fighting addiction. All right. C2W, destroyed the Soviet comms equipment to prevent reinforcements being sent between outposts. Alright, we don't want him in here. You know, as much as useful that sniper rifle is, I don't want to bring it in here because it's not suppressed. Alright, we're going to go in ASAP. Episode 4, C2W.
Boss, you need to disable the Soviets' reinforcement system by putting a hole in their base-to-base comms network. Head for the Eastern Communications Post and destroy its comms equipment. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility.
Alright, it's nighttime. Alright, it's 1854. Check weapons. All prepped and ready to go.
Be careful down there, boss.
Alright, so this mission involves us destroying some Soviet comms equipment. Shouldn't be hard to do. But I remember doing this mission and like I had to really think in order to get in this area without getting caught. Like I said before in the previous videos, my goal in this is not to just straight up kill people. Okay, it's not what I want to do. Okay, what? We got a truck coming. Stay low. It's nighttime, but we still don't want to get caught. Anyway, so like I was saying, we don't want to kill people if we don't have to, okay? And the way I kind of do this is like if I get caught and I need to deal with a threat like as soon as possible, or if I'm about to get caught and I have to deal with somebody as soon as possible, I'll kill them. But I really don't want to. If that makes sense. Because if I can take as many people alive as possible, then that'd be great. There's no way it's just one guard here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, best course of action here is that we go back, across the street, and turn around. Look both ways before crossing the street. Remember that, kids. Easy. Hey, fellas. What y'all doing?
Эй, ты слыхал? Сбили крокодил, который летел из Баграма.
Шутишь? Партизанское ерундовое оружие пробило его броню.
Нет, говорят, у них откуда-то взялся переносной ракетный комплекс.
Homing missile.
Ракетный комплекс. У душманов?
Да, и тепловые ловушки ему не помешали.
Откуда у них такая штуковина?
Ну, мы пока что только слышали об этом комплексе. Никому из наших еще не довелось его пощупать.
Оружие-призрак.
А ты попробуй взять в плен душмана с этой установкой. Тебе за это красное знамя дадут.
Что? Хватит сочинять, товарищ. Пока.
Увидимся.
Okay, so they're talking about some kind of homing missile that shot something down. Whatever that is, that's sounds like a pretty dangerous weapon. Alright, we're gonna wait for them to split up because they're too close. I mean, we don't have to take these guys down, but like, we could use them in our army. That's what the beginning of this is going to be, is us capturing people. Because we need them. Okay.
Какого? Что ж, что такое? Солдат упал!
It's a good little tactic. But like I don't like doing that one because it's too you'll get caught pretty quick. That was called reflex mode, and you get a bonus score for not triggering that. But like we're just trying to get through the game is all. That's something else that I've been curious about with people out there. I was talking to a friend the other day, and they were saying when I asked them how they were doing, they're like, "I'm just trying to get through life." Why are we thinking about life like that? I mean, like, think about it for a minute, okay? Why are we thinking about life as something that we're supposed to get through, but yet so many people are afraid to die?
Black carrot. Something of an ancestor to the domestic carrot. It's also a favorite of wild animals. That crack would make a good foothold. You can use crack climbing to make your way up.
Oh boy. Coyotes, you gotta love them. Alright.
You made it. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility.
Let's get a better recce position. Okay, we got one guy at a light over there. Wait a minute, there's a truck there. Got machine gun emplacement there. Radar tower. Get a better recon position here. Move. We gotta move. Crap! Alright, we're doing this. Here we go. Holy crap, this is intense. All right, we got to move here. Pop smoke and flank. Move it. Not how I wanted this to go, but
Destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, and that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
pop around that corner, dude. I dare you.
Покажи себя!
You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
B quad, calling for support. Not how I wanted that to go. Forgot about that freaking foot patrol.
Roger.
Well, I know I said this multiple times, but that is not how I wanted this to go.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
See, that's why I carry those smoker needs, is so that when we need to move positions, we can pop a smoke screen and they can't see us with that smoke.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
That was a massacre is what that was. So many lives lost. It was completely unnecessary.
Warning!
He's coming too. Roger that. Mission complete, boss.
Okay.
Our army is growing like crazy thanks to you, boss. In fact, it's getting downright crowded around here. To bring a greater number of people on board, we'll need to expand our facilities. To that end, I've created a base development unit. It has two roles, material refinement and platform construction. I'll start with the material refinement part. The base development unit procures material resources on a regular basis according to its level. The materials are stored in containers and placed on the deck of Mother Base. Once they're finished being processed, they can finally be put to use. By using these materials to build new platforms, we'll be able to add a greater number of staff to our ranks. We don't need any specific instructions from you to refine the materials, but I want you to be the one to decide how we construct platforms. Once we have sufficient GMP and the required material resources, you can issue construction orders from your iDroid.
Alright. Harassment, huh? Buddy, we're gonna have a problem. Troublemaker violence, he likes to fight. That's not good. Alright, I need to go do a thing real quick, guys, but I'll be right back.